Hello and welcome to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is the 20th of December and I have some rumours for you today for Assassin's Creed, as Ubisoft is reportedly working on two new Assassin's Creed games due for release in 2014. Now, this is according to sources close to the Examiner who are said to be familiar with the projects, and they are basically saying that one is being developed for the PS4 and Xbox One, while the other is being developed for PS3 and Xbox 360. Now, how the PC and Wii U fit into that equation is not covered in the report, but the report also claims that the franchise is, quote, under a massive rescope. Now, when Ubisoft were approached today about the claims made in the report, a spokesperson for Ubisoft told CVG that the company doesn't comment on rumours or speculation, which answers basically nothing, I know. But just keep in mind that back in November, Ubisoft's Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing, Tony Key, effectively said that the need to cater to the large Xbox 360 and PS3 installed user bases had held back the Xbox One and PS4 version of Assassin's Creed 4. Now, explaining why he believes many console launch games are underwhelming, he said this, quote, "Right now all publishers are transitioning their development resources. For a game like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, most of the sales are still going to be on current generation platforms. We can't make a version for PlayStation 4 or Xbox One that's so wildly different that we can't market them together. So for now, developers and designers are focused on making a game that works really well on all of the systems. But as we transition resources to the next gen, it's going to be more difficult to do that because the power of these machines is going to allow so much more creativity." So there you have it, a rather interesting rumour to say the least. So what could this be? And what could the rescopes be? Well, in terms of what this could be, it's one of two things. It's going to be a main game, be that Assassin's Creed 5, but just as a multi-generation, multi-plat release, as was the case with Assassin's Creed 4, or it's going to be two separate games. Perhaps the one on the last gen will be some sort of spin-off, and then the main game will be on the next-gen consoles, but to be honest, that seems very unlikely. It seems more likely to me that Ubisoft wants to cater to the rather massive installed user base on the PS3 and Xbox 360, as well as, of course, serving the new generation of consoles as well. Now, of course, the numbers of sales for the new generation consoles is nothing short of massive, with numbers in the millions. Just over 1 million, I believe, for the PS4 within the launch period. Of course, we haven't received updated sales figures, but still, that's pretty damn huge. But that doesn't really touch the amount of gamers still playing the Xbox 360 and still playing the PS3. Many people won't be buying the consoles just yet, either because they can't afford it yet, or because, well, there's not enough games for them to warrant the cost at the moment. All their good games that they're interested in don't come out till, mid next year or April, May sort of time. And to be honest, you can't really blame them if there's nothing for them to play at the moment. Well, then you can't really justify the cost, especially if you have to save up for a long time in order to afford it because, well, you're working like a part-time job or you're a student or something. That makes perfect sense. And even if you do have the money but there's not enough games for you to play, then, well, you might as well just wait and maybe you'll save some money on the console in the long run. So what's the harm? You're not exactly missing out on any games you care about, right? So there's definitely a massive advantage, or advantage is the wrong word, but a massive difference in the amount of players for the next and current generation. The amount of players for next gen is pretty damn huge, but as I said previously, not compared to the current generation user base. So it definitely makes sense for Ubisoft to think about developing for both, at least at the moment. Now, as for the rescope, well, here's hoping they seriously revamp the combat, because that is the main problem with Assassin's Creed. The storyline is great, writing is fantastic, voice acting is generally awesome, characters can be hit and miss, as we saw with Connor, but overall very, very good. But the combat is one of the weakest parts of the game and definitely needs a bit of an overhaul. So let's hope, fingers crossed, that that's what they're fixing. Still, I'll be curious to hear your thoughts on what you think they might be sorting out for this new game, if it is indeed existing. If this is not just some rubbish rumour, as of course this is all to be taken with a massive pile of salt. Still, I'll be curious to see your thoughts as to what this could be and the potential for these changes. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.